second by Chris. All in favor? Aye. Agenda questions. Please limit your questions at this time to resolutions under new business on this agenda. As a matter of fairness, you are asked to limit your questions to no more than one and your remarks to no longer than 3 minutes. If you are here representing a group, please identify yourself, the group, and your position in the group. If you are here as an individual, please give us your name and address. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes.
Evelyn Slockbauer, 43 Thunderhead Place. I'm very happy to see item K, participation in the Sustainable Jersey for Schools certification program. I just wanted to know, Dr. Schoen, do you have any particular, besides for what is outlined in the agenda, is there any particular programs that you envision any of the schools participating in right now?
That's a great question, Mrs. Slockbauer. We just registered for this. We haven't really even sat as a group of administrators. I know that Ms. Curry is going to be kind of talking about it. She had really brought this to our attention, and we kind of jumped on board because we're already doing so many green type activities. So as we move forward, we'll be able to talk about those.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay, that was easy. We have some visiting superintendents with us this evening, and also Dr. Schoen's husband, who would like to make a presentation. Gentlemen, I don't know which one of you wanted to make the presentation.
We all did.
Oh, okay.
But I won.
Okay, good.
One with the least amount of hair. Thank you, everyone. My name is Matthew Murphy. I'm the superintendent of Ramsey. I'm here with
Pat Fletcher, Superintendent of Riverdale Regional.
Dan Fishbein, Superintendent of Ridgewood.
We're here representing the Bergen County Association of School Administrators. And on behalf of the association, we're here to congratulate the Northern Superintendent of the Year, Lauren Schoen. And what makes this award unique is that it's selected by our peers, not just in Bergen County, and not in Morris and Passaic, but throughout the state. And it's based on one's accomplishments and one's contributions to the profession. I don't know if you know, but I think some strange and unusual things are going on in public education. You guys think that?
Yeah.
And now more than ever, we need leaders. We need leaders in our classroom. We need skilled professionals in our buildings. We need volunteers who come out and serve their community. And yes, we need superintendents, everyone. They make a difference. And for over 25 years, Lauren Schoen has made a difference as a teacher, as a principal, and now as a superintendent. So on behalf of the three amigos, 600 superintendents in the state, congratulations.
Three amigos?
Oh, yes.
No, it wouldn't be the same. Get in the middle? Three amigos. You said get in the middle. That's middle, me.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. Push you twice.
We also have a little sparkle for your office, so everybody your home or whatever.
Wow, you did well. You're very phone savvy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was very nice.
It was. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for indulging us on that. Superintendent's report.
Superintendent's report. Wonderful. Good evening, everyone. Once again. A few things this evening. The first is our 2015-16 calendar. There is a resolution to accept that. The year coming up is an interesting one. It's a leap year. And when you have a leap year, you have an extra day in the calendar, and you need to figure out what to do with that for students, as well as teachers and staff. So what we chose to do with this calendar, and I don't know if you saw it when it went home, was we typically have 4 snow days built into our calendar, and our winters have been interesting. So we added that additional day to the Friday right before Memorial Day. And what that did is it not only extends the weekend if we only use 4 snow days, but if we need more, rather than going into the April week, will be able to use that May 27th first. The calendar also includes 2 professional days at the beginning of the school year, which our staff really liked. We met with representatives of the MEA. We met with representatives of the Supervisors and Principals Association as well, and HSO presidents and vice presidents, just to get a feel about what everyone was thinking about the proposed calendar. We also made the October Staff Development Day in the proposed calendar a full day instead of a half day. It's real difficult to accomplish a whole bunch in an hour and a half or so, depending on when the day ends for everybody. So those are pretty much the differences, the similarities to this year, the 2 days in the beginning of the year, still 4 snow days. We have confirmed with Mahwah BoE College that we're good to go with our graduation date, as you see in June, and we kind of work back from there. But we're very pleased, and the input that we've received from the proposed calendar is a good one. We're a little ahead of schedule, but believe it or not, schools and the district are already beginning to get phone calls saying, what are you doing with the calendar next year, as people like to plan. So with your approval this evening, we'll be able to get that out to our staff tomorrow, and then we'll follow that with parents shortly thereafter, so people will know what we're up to. It is with a great deal of pride that I announce once again that Mahwah Township Public Schools has been selected for the 5th annual AP District Honor Roll, a distinction we have earned for the 3rd consecutive year. Mahwah High School is one of 547 school districts across the United States and Canada being honored by the College Board, while maintaining and increasing a percentage of students earning scores 3 or higher on AP exams. There are only 34 districts in New Jersey that met this criteria for the AP Honor Roll, and of the 103 in our district factor grouping, only 7 earned this distinction, and Mahwah High School is one of those. We currently have about 21 advanced placement courses, so that's kudos to our teachers and our administrators and our high school and everything beforehand. So that was wonderful. I also want to congratulate 17 Mahwah High School students who were accepted by competitive audition into the 2015 Bergen County Band. This is a record number of Mahwah students to be accepted, and we once again hold the most seats in the county band, which only accepts 85 students. Mrs. Slockbauer's child is one of those. In front of you and in your folder, out for review, is the T-Bird Talk newsletter. This was absolutely a combined activity of principals and supervisors. My secretary, my right-hand lady, Nancy Rapetti, for the formatting of all of this. Our PR committee of the board did have the opportunity to review it and offered some really worthwhile examples. It's interesting when you look at the first last year and you look at the one now. It's come a long way and chock full of really great stuff that's going on in the district. This will, as it has in the past, go to our faculty and staff tomorrow for their review, and then it will go to all of our parents on Friday. So I wanted to bring that up. Other than that, Madam President, that's all I have.
Thank you very much. Dennis, sorry. You're up next.
Sure. Under personnel, you'll see a lot of agenda items. We've been really active recently with a variety of hires and appointments there. I wanted to take a moment to highlight Patricia Linden, who has been with us for over 17 years here at Poe Ridge. She teaches 8th grade science. She's taught 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade science. She's also taught a variety of cycle classes. I spoke to a few of Patricia's colleagues, and they have stated that Mrs. Linden is passionate about students and dedicated to their learning. She is hardworking, professional, and will work tirelessly to achieve what is best for her students and works far beyond their required hours. Her classroom is a place where her students are required to think critically and do science. And lastly, she has served as a solid team leader and mentor to many of successful educators in our district. Lastly, according to Mrs. Linden's supervisor, Kristen Charbona, she has been characterized as a true team player who truly treats her job with seriousness and integrity. I've personally been in Patricia's classroom, and she's phenomenal. So we'll miss her. She's leaving at the end of March.
We will miss her.
Yes.
She's a great teacher, great inspiration.
Absolutely.
The only thing I have,
You're welcome.
on page 9 of the agenda, O, the transportation contracts for Region 1. Everything in terms of the numbers are correct. I just want to point out, though, that we're going to change the phrase approves the renewal prices for transportation contracts for the 14-15 school year at the current CPI, and that'll be replaced with that the Board of Education awards the following special education routes for the 2014-2015 school year as per quotes. Okay, these were not bid out, or I'm sorry, they are not being renewed. They're new contracts that are quoted out. And other than that, I have nothing.
Okay. Any questions on those? Okay. Thank you. I really don't have a president's report this evening. We did have an instructional meeting a week and a half ago. Everything that was discussed is on this agenda tonight, I will be honest with you. But I do want to point out that we are slightly moving up the elementary tutoring program that we started a year ago to move the kids along that we feel are kind of on that cusp. So that will start a little bit earlier. And the other thing is we are going to be writing our level 3 Chinese curriculum. I know, it seems like yesterday we wrote 1, we're writing 2. Now we've written 2, now we'll be writing 3. So I would expect, next year you'll be approving Chinese 4. I think there is an AP Chinese test that can be administered. I'm sure we'll have that too. So so Chinese 3 will be written. It will increase that teacher's time. If you remember when we hired, we're sharing with Ramsey, the teachers, so we'll be putting that up to 0.6 now. So I think that's pretty exciting for us. So everything else is on here, curriculum writing wise, and I think we're in a really good spot. We have one more meeting this year, next Monday. Monday. So. Suzanne?
And can I add, all these new courses, Mandarin Chinese, read contemporary issues, entrepreneurship, animation 3D, computer modeling, and PR history, these are great courses.
They're fabulous.
There's a great selection of electives.
Yep, and they fit in so many different places that I think the kids are going to start having a really difficult time choosing in high school. So.
And you know what's really great about this, if I may?
Yep.
This inspiration comes from our supervisors as much as our teachers. They work so together, and they go, you know what, the kids would really like this, and it would work out well with this, and with the support of the board, we're able to move forward with this great stuff.
Yeah, you know, some courses have really actually morphed into a different course or into a
Right.
longer
Right.
course. Because they're really, there's an interest in it, and it's proving worthwhile going to college, so good stuff happening. Anybody else have a committee meeting? No, Suzanne?
You go. No, I think my MSF liaison is after yours, so you go first.
Okay. So there's 3 policies this evening. First reading, they were all in the packet. Has to do with attendance, tardiness / there's a slash here, so take note of it, ink / cut it, and automated defibrillators policy. All mandated by the state, and if you have any questions, let us know. We still have a second reading.
That'll be on the next agenda.
It will,
On the 17th.
Okay, great. Suzanne?
The Model Schools Foundation had their full grant meeting, which I attended. They gave out $50,000 worth of grants, some phenomenal grants. I have a complete list here if you'd like to look at it, but I'll just tell you briefly. They provided some digital film production equipment, an author visit, performing arts technology, some kind of software to enhance the curriculum, another visiting author day, projector screen and tablet for cardio room, more software for kindergarten, and art projects, 2 art projects. And they do such a great job in providing these extras for our children. If anyone wants to see the list.
Great, thank you.
Also have board member review?
Yep, please.
Okay. I just want to thank Lauren. I had handed her this sustainable Jersey school thing. I think Pete did also, that we picked up at New Jersey School Boards. It's the first year that they're running it, and Lauren looked it over, and it was on the agenda already. It's really a good program. It's not something that I mean, it's great that you go forward with it. It's more like a plan, and it's a list of best practices that keep savings and the planet in mind all at the same time. And you can go for a bronze medal, bronze distinction and a silver distinction. A lot of the things that are on here, like some of the bulbs that we use, some of the cleaning products we use, we already have it. But it's something to achieve, something to keep in mind as we move forward. And I have a copy of it for everyone. Okay, so I'll pass that
I'm
out.
really happy you brought this to our attention. I looked it over. I talked to Dennis about it, and in all honesty, he just took it and ran with it. He got us registered, he sent out information to the principals, we got the resolution the way it needed to be, so it's already a team effort, so thank you.
Back
Peter,
in
you dropped
May,
off a
I
couple too.
attended a meeting in Hudson County where they brought this out, brought it to our attention. They were really surprised that Mahwah is so far ahead of the curve on this, with the new boilers, new efficient boilers, the new efficient windows, and I got to thank Ed for that,
Yeah.
and the work he's done. We're ahead of the curve, and there are grants available here that you're gonna get. They officially rolled this out at the convention, but it's been kicking around. In fact, last night they had, at the Bourbon County School Board, they had a presentation here. So it's a good thing, and it could mean some money for us.
Good.
It's a great thing.
We always love AIM help.
Board member Moore.
Yep.
On Friday night, there's the Mahwah High School Talent Show, which is always really good. It's named after a student this year, and the kids are very excited, and I'm gonna give a plug because my son has a band and he's in it, but it's kids that participate in this aren't always the kids that you usually see getting awards and doing music things and it plays, so it's really it's a fun night for them.
Did I read the word faculty also?
Yes.
And that's what it
Yes,
said in
there
the-
are.
That's, yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I got
Yeah.
a feed on that. Oh, good. I think it starts at 7 o'clock on Friday and it's and I believe it's $7 ticket. I'll finish now. Anybody else? Peter?
The last New Jersey School Board's Board of Directors meeting, we approved a strategic plan for 2015-2017, of which I was a part of. Mahwah gets credit for it also. There are 4 main areas: student achievement, leadership advocacy, effective governance through training and direct services, and finance. This was really an interesting development. It went smoothly. It was done in 2 nights. It was fantastic. I think I meant to bring everyone a copy, and somehow I left them on my desk, so I'll get them to you next meeting. I was hoping to have to get it before you got from the school force. It's a good plan.
Good. Gentlemen? Okay. Old business minutes? Someone like to move it? Moved by Chris, seconded by Rick. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. De Silva?
Yes.
Mr. Dolan?
Yes.
Mr. Abernetty?
Abstain.
Mr.
Yes.
Salderini? Mr. Wondrikowitz?
Abstain?
Mrs. Curry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
And Mrs. Shaw.
Yes. I'd like to move all of 15, that's 15A through O, moved by Peter. Second by John Dolan. I do believe there were a couple of additions since it came out oh my goodness, on Tuesday of last week, I believe.
The agenda went out to all of you on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so we had some days, right, so Tuesday. Yeah, that would be correct, and those are the addition of field trips.
Yep. Questions, comments?
More of a comment on M, under the tutoring.
Yes.
So,
This is what we did last year for our elementary students.
yeah, no,
Okay.
I remember. But I mean, this looks like a bigger commitment, which is great. It seems like that means we're that much more focused on catching these kids when they need help. You got over 2,000 hours here, and a pretty significant percentage of the kids in each school that's got access to the additional help. I just think that's great. I mean, I think that's
I do.
fantastic.
I think you may be overstating it, though. I think some of these children will be seeing multiple tutors
Okay, got it.
at some point. I think they are repeats,
Right.
and if they're ESL,
Right.
it's more likelihood that they would be seeing both a math and a
Got it.
language arts.
Okay.
But I did in the meeting ask if they could possibly use any more time for this.
Right.
the feeling is, and I don't remember this from last year, the feeling really is the students, you can only give them so much more after school or before school.
Right.
Because, you know, they're done.
Right.
They want to go home. They
But
want to
they're
just go play and kick a ball around.
Right.
So, you know, we're trying to, but, and we're trying to get them really early. So that's the key.
Kudos to all the staff for stepping up and bringing that kind of extra time.
The
That's
best
great.
way,
Yeah.
the best way to deal with whatever areas of weaknesses that kids may have is to do that small group instruction, and
Great.
the best people to do that is our staff,
Yeah.
who knows what it is that we're doing, so I think it's awesome
Yeah.
that we
Yeah,
provide
I
this.
do
So,
too.
not a question, that's good
No,
stuff.
I agree, Chuck.
Roll call, please.
15A through O, Mr. De Silva?
Yes.
Mr. Zoll?
Yes.
Mr. Avenetti?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Severini? Mr. Andrikowitz?
Yes.
Mrs. Curry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Can I just point out one thing?
Yep.
Just picked up on Deborah on Lenape. She's resigning for the packet.
I'm sorry, can you tell me which one you're on?
I'm on
She's resigning from bus duty.
M, the tutoring
She's resigning from bus duty.
from bus duty.
From bus
Okay,
duty.
just want to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Now you're for it?
Yes.
I just wanted to double check.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
And Mrs. Shaw.
Yes. Let's move all of 16A through DD. Moved by Peter, second by John Dolan. Again, there are a couple of changes, additions, sorry.
I have a quick question on B and W.
Yes.
Are they students? Parents of students?
They're not students.
Parents of students?
No, they're not parents of students.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, right, right. Any other questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. De Silva?
Yes.
Mr. Dolan?
Yes.
Mr. Avenetti?
Yes.
Mr. Severini? Mr. Andrikowitz?
Yes.
Mrs. Curry?
Yes.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
And Mrs. Shaw.
Yes. Item 17, public questions or comment. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes.
Hi, Kim Barron, 15 Owino Place. I have a question. I'd like to know what the district-wide procedure is for students who are refusing to take the park exam.
That's a great question, Ms. Barron. We're in the process of discussing that. What we don't want to do is just make a decision on the central office level with the director of curriculum and the assistant superintendent and myself. We think it's important to bring our supervisors and our administrators together, which we're doing on Tuesday. We'd like their input as well, because what we decide to do obviously is going to affect the internal operation of the school in regard to those students. So we look to have something in place and a procedure in place in our schools so that we all act and respond uniformly as this takes place. So I don't have anything definitive for you now, for the reasons I just gave you.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Motion to adjourn. Moved by Chris, second by Doug. All in favor?
Aye.